Good day to you, fellow YouTube user. My name is Rafferty Harrington-Spencer, and welcome to Rafferty Plays. It is a cold March evening. I have settled down with a cup of tea, sent my naughty brother Sebastian to the shops, and I'm about to play Banished, the new medieval city building game from Shining Rock Software, a one-man studio, and let me tell you, it is quite a remarkable achievement. Without further ado, let us click New. Okay, we are presented with a myriad of options. First and foremost, the name of our town. Many people go with a comic name here, but as I want this settlement to be in my own image, Raffertonia it is. The second item on the agenda, the map seed. Well, anyone that has played Minecraft will immediately recognise this. It means the game is procedurally generated, so if you wish to play along, simply put in the numbers 9 to 1 in descending order, and you'll have the same map that I do. Terrain type. We have two options here, valleys and mountains. Mountains will of course make the game far more difficult to build upon, so valleys it is for me. Now the terrain size, I have found the small option to be a little too small, a little too constrictive, and also there's very little to gather on the surface of the map, so I'll go for medium because large will just be too large for this purpose. Climate. Now, I have only ever played on fair. I believe this to be the medium option of the three, over mild or harsh, and so fair it is. Okay, nearly there. Disasters, on or off? Well, normally I would play with them on. It adds a little bit of drama to the proceedings. However, as this is a YouTube how-to sort of video, I'm going to have the disasters off. Now, finally, starting conditions. Now this one is very important. You have, again, three options, easy, medium or hard, depending on how much you want given to you at the start of the game. So let's have a look. Easy, you start with 6 families, have a multitude of clothing and materials, food and whatnot, and also many of the buildings are already built for you. Everyone is housed, and you have a stockpile and a storage barn. On the hard option, the other end of the scale, you have very little. You start with your people and very little else. So once again, let's go for the happy medium. Let's go for medium. And let us begin. We are ready. And here we are in Raffertonia. Now, you will see my loyal subjects before me have little symbols above their heads denoting that they are homeless. Oh no! But top tip number 1, don't start building houses straight away. You don't need to, not in this environment. It's only in the winter when they will start to freeze if they don't have houses that we must worry. So, for now, top tip number 2, look before you leap. So, let's zoom out of the map and see where we are before we start building everything. So, to the south you'll see we have a lovely large lake. This will be ideal for fishing. You'll also see with this large river here, it means it's connected to the outside world, and so we'll be able to trade from it as well. To the north we have a large expanse of trees and rocks. East and west you will find mountains. Not very good for building on, but probably good if we were to be attacked, which we won't. There's no combat in this game. So, first thing then, what are we going to build? Well, tip number 3 is build some food producing areas. So, we go down to the food production tab, click on it, and we could start building fields or pastures, but what good would those be? No, we must first build a gatherer's hut. This is the perfect thing to start with in your little settlement. Now, if we zoom in, we can decide where we want to place it. Let's place it like that. There we go. Perfect. So, what next? Well, our little people will bring the ingredients to create that building. Now, top tip number 4, transportation. Now, if you build things far away from your settlement, it will take your producers longer to deliver the goods and to get to their houses. So, one thing we will build now is a house for the person who's going to be working here. And we will rotate it like this so it can be on a road. And we will also build a storage barn here so they don't have far to deliver the goods. So again, let's rotate it so it's on the road. There we go. Obviously, there's no road quite yet. We'll get to that in a bit. So, let's let them get on with it. Let's speed up the time. Okay, so as we can see, the foundations have been built. So if we click on it, we will see that 8 of 8 trees have been removed, 30 of 30 logs delivered, and 12 of 12 stone delivered also. But none of the building work has been done. That's because we don't have any builders, so let's create some. On the Tools and Reports tab, and then on the Assign Jobs to Citizens tab, we will see this menu pop up. Now, we have 10 labourers currently, and no builders. Let's change that. Let's click the up arrow twice. We have 2 builders. That should suffice for now. Okay, so while we have 8 labourers milling about, let's do something useful with them. So let's scavenge the land for some materials. We have many options in the removal and destruction tools. This is the easiest one. It is remove all resources, everything, trees, stone and iron, and that should gather us plenty. So let's make some space for our settlement. Okay, so how are we getting on? Well, we can see that the stockpile is now completely full and everyone is leaving their collections in front of it. Not perfect, but not a disaster. If we look at the buildings, they are done. Fantastic. But what's this question mark? Well, it means that there's no one currently employed as a gatherer. So let's rectify that. Instead of going through those other menus, I will show you an easier way. Click on the gatherer's hut and then this little up arrow here. Let's employ 1, 2 gatherers for now. We can employ up to 4 in this area. So, as the stockpile is completely full, let's start using the items. It's time for some houses, I think. So, let's build wooden houses. They cost an awful lot less than the stone houses, and perfect for a starting settlement. So, let's build ourselves a little street in front of the storage barn. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Perfect. I think that should suffice, but if we need any more, the game will let us know with these little icons again. So let's speed up time and see how we get on. So the houses are now built, and yes, we do have 4 people currently homeless. So instead of building more houses in this area, let's build a fishing dock with a house next to it, and that should give everyone a place to live and some more people a place to work. So back to the food production area, fishing dock. Now you must build half on the land and half off. These little arrows show you the entranceway, so let's have that on the land and the dock off. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? And now let's build another house very close by with a rotate there, and I think maybe another one just next to it. Not too important. In fact, no, let's build it up here because I have a great idea of what else we're going to put in this area. So off we go again. Oh my, that definitely took longer than I was expecting. Snow has fallen, winter is here, and the people of Raffertonia are in peril. But let's not lose our heads. Let's employ a couple of fishermen first and foremost to make sure we have enough food before we deal with the other elephant in the room, which is those symbols above people's houses. They're snowflakes, and that means they are freezing to death. They need firewood. Where do we get firewood? How do we produce it? Well, dear YouTube user, you will have to join me next time for another exciting installment of Rafferty Plays with me, Rafferty Harrington-Spencer. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.